governance. The challenges that we face today MP Denise Daily, we would not have been facing them had your government do what they were supposed to do. MP Daily, we are committed. We are so committed, and the Jamaican people have said, your time come and gone.
Blessings, Leone. Shower. Come in, family. Shower, shower.
Why this CMD now? Never publicize one of those on the platform. Step up a husband because they impregnate one of the CMD reporter.
Passion Paradise, Chris Davis. Big up, big up. Jacetta, Elaine, Janet.
Economics is fine. The debt is coming down. We have strong reserves. We have interest rates which are starting to come down again, etc.
I want you to see graphically what 17 years of
Michael in the building, big up. Yes, I. Shower. Hit the like button. X6 BMW shower.
Let's see how long it stretched. These are all the tax measures introduced by them, Madam Speaker. 17 years.
Anthony C. Mister, big up.
Not one of these papers.
Bless up. Chad Cowan, big up.
Take it all across the parliament.
Dorothy, big up.
17 years, Madam Speaker, of tax increases.
Come down after you.
Big up, big up. Greetings, greetings, everybody. Big up to everybody right now in the building. Long time we're not talking to steady family, so let me just heal up everybody again. Leone Lioness in the building, Chris Davis in the building, Passion Paradise, Elaine Allen Bradley, Josetta Johnson, Janet Mangle, Michael Raffington. Big up yourself, same way. You understand me? I said to you. By the way, Michael Raffington, I remember you never had to say it. I remember that it's here Earth Strong tomorrow. So I say big up and happy Earth Strong when it comes. You understand me? So everybody big up Mr. Raffington right now. Make him tell him happy birthday. I see people hitting the like button. You understand me? So we have to big up to everybody, man. X6 BMW, Dorothy Williams. Let's see who else is here. Chad Cowan, big you up already. Wagwan with the title. I want to the title, my brother. Wagwan. You're not aware, Emerald Long in the building. So we're going to talk about what's happening. You say what's going on with the title. I wonder why you ask a question like that. Anita Blackman, big up yourself. You understand me? LAC, big up yourself. Big up to everybody that is out there. Yeah, man. I want to big up Michael Raffington. Tomorrow is his Earth Strong, so I want to big him up same way. You understand me? So I see people coming in. Family, a lot of things are there to talk about. Simone, big up yourself same way. Yeah, man, and I wish him happy birthday same way. Marcia Fortis, big up yourself same way. Big up to everybody. Listen, remember, I gave y'all a number yesterday in the community tab when we're doing live shows. You understand me? Anybody want to make a point or you want to call in just to make a point or anything, you can do so. The number is 876-251-3028. You understand me? I should put it in the chat, you know. You understand me? So somebody just write that in the chat for me. One of the one of the moderators just put this number in the chat for me. Let me repeat. It's 876-251-3028. So I see people still loading up into the chat. You understand me? I said to you. So Valentine, big up yourself, team. Big up to everybody that's here and everybody that will join. Yes, Leon, Lioness, you got it right. Big up yourself, same way. That's the number. That's the number. That's the steady show number, the number to call. Now, family, I don't plan to be very long, but when I saw this email that was leaked, and some of you all probably are aware of it, yeah? And the first thing I want to say is this. The first thing we seek to do is to analyze the email, because what we're seeing in this email, big up yourself, Richard, big up yourself, Angela Smith, same way. Roydell, big up yourself, same way. What I'm seeing in this email right here, and this email was sent to me by one of our subscribers. The subscriber never say if it is okay to disclose who sent it, yeah? But this is very, very alarming, and this email, the contents of this email, it would confirm what we spoke about. You know, very interestingly, last week when I was on vacation, DHWR, he did reach out to me with some stuff concerning the Integrity Commission. However, it's not the letter I'm going to talk about, but it's just interesting to me that he and I were some of the first people, maybe about 6-7 months ago or even more than that. But the first people, some of the first people in the YouTube space to call out the Integrity Commission. I remember his strong point was that commissioner who, you know, them did rob and did not want to provide information. Everybody remember that. And since then, we did quite a number of videos on the Integrity Commission. So we were among the people. The Steady Show was one of them shows who we got the Integrity Commission and what they were about from the get-go. We figured them out very, very early because a lot of things did not make sense. And so anybody that's interested, you can go back and you can look at those videos. So by the time them reach a parliament, we were already aware of who they are and what they are about. We were very much aware of that. You understand me? Somebody say, how we are looking so far. I'm coming down. Listen to me, man. We're looking great in Jamaica. The people are going to vote. The people are going to say, show our labor rights. By the way, you can see Miss B. Miss B came and Miss B represented East Portland yesterday. And Miss B gave us a lot of valuable information as it relates to what's going on in the politics. So listen, I don't want to keep up anybody because I know everybody's time is precious. So I'm going to play, it's going to be about 3 minutes. I'm going to play the contents of the email that was circulated within the Integrity Commission. Apparently, for everything that I'm seeing, it looks that way, but just for the purpose of, you know, understand me, the law and how, you know, people use the law these days, we're just going to say, you understand me, allegedly, yeah? But this is critical. So I want everybody to listen to it right now. I see Simone saying, big up to the Steady family. Listen to this right now, family, and then we're going to come and then we're going to talk about it. You understand me, I said to you. I want to go on here, sir.
Dear Mrs. Lawrence Beswick, Mr. Beresford, and Mr. Edwards, I write you in your capacity as leading principals of the Integrity Commission and in the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency, respectively, to request an investigation into a serious matter. I write to lodge a formal complaint concerning misconduct and acts of corruption perpetrated by Kevon Stephenson, attorney at law and director of investigation at the Integrity Commission. Stephenson's corrupt acts concerns the investigation he pursued in respect of Andrew M. Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica. The record of the Integrity Commission will indicate that an ex-investigator at the Commission, Stephanie Fiddler Blake, who at the time was employed to the Commission, was moved to place in writing, following inquiries from the Corruption Prosecution Department of the IC, her concerns that steps being taken by the Commission in probing the Prime Minister's finances breached due process and possibly adversely engaged the law and investigative best practice. Mr. Stephenson not only elected to exclude Ms. Blake's concerns, which pointed to an unjust probe from the report he prepared for the Parliament, he did the rounds at the Commission and pressured several senior colleague directors not to include Ms. Blake's account in any of their formal considerations concerning the case. Stephenson also insisted that Ms. Blake retract the statement. Ms. Blake resigned from the Commission. I believe the issue played a key role in her walking away. You might be aware that it is a breach for a public officer and an attorney at law who is considered before the court as a minister of justice to exclude evidentiary material from a probe and hide from Parliament or a judicial fora details which could be material to its outcome. I am confident that a serious investigation will reveal that Mr. Stephenson misconducted himself in public office and has possibly breached the Corruption Prevention Act in furtherance of what appears to be his obsession to implicate the Prime Minister in wrongdoing, even when the evidence does not support his mission. Both he and Executive Director Greg Christie are in the habit of seeking to malign and intimidate any staffer of the Commission who acts professionally in respect of the Prime Minister. This had led to an atmosphere at the Commission which is incredibly toxic and is given to serious miscarriages of justice. Regards, Mark Swaby.
Wow, 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 wow. Now you listen to that. Make sure you hit the like button. And I want to say big up to the subscriber that sent me that information. Oh my God, I see Mr. Raffington saying, very true, steady. I remember you expressing concerns from early out. I heard George Davis saying that the letter is authentic. Now, from what I've seen, if you can look right here, so you can see the Integrity Commission information. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the screen. Yeah. By the way, I want to say big up to my brethren from Jamaica. You know, my brethren came up here the other day and I said, man, if I knew you were coming to, overseas, I would have asked you to bring a chip for me, because I have this phone that I'm gonna put on long time not using. So about 2 days ago, you understand, baby wife linked me and say, hey, him send the chip. Somebody say, what? Somebody say, big up to my brethren. You understand what I said to you? Bless up, bless up. That is respect right there. So big up. So the number is here that y'all can call. But let's just talk through a couple of things. Now, thank you very much, Mr. Raffington. You see, it's very important that when we come out here, we say where we are. But listen, I want to break down the letter. I want to look at a number of things. So George Davis says it is legitimate. So this alone confirms that a whole heap of bangarang are going within the Integrity Commission. And yes, I was away, but I looked at what happened as it relates to Kamika Davis and how she was encouraged not even to reapply for the job or for the role of you understand me, Director of Corruption Persecution. Now, for the quality conversations we have on the Steady Show, everybody understand very, very well that there is no surprise in that they wouldn't want her there. But anything that's surprising is how brazen and how barefaced the Integrity Commission is, or Greg Christie or whoever decided they didn't want her there. Why did they ever want her there? Because they could not use her as a tool to accomplish what they wanted. That alone is corruption. Then we saw the email from Ed Bartlett and Kamina Johnson expressing concerns about Ronif Lawrence, Dayton Campbell's friend of 20 years, and everybody know how PNP function already. And to everybody's disappointment, when Lawrence got the email, that lady that is now the new head of the one that replaced Panton, Lawrence Beswick Lawrence, or Beswick Lawrence, or Lawrence Beswick, right? She decided that until there is evidence given, you understand me, then she needs proof. That I don't know what proof she would need. I mean, seeing everything that took place under Panton's leadership and with everybody that is there, I'm sure a lot of us in Jamaica, we were highly dissatisfied with that response. The next point I wanted to make coming out of that aspect of things is this. It's funny to me. So let's go into last week that DHWR had sent me. So he had sent me some information where the same Mark Golden made statements to the effect that we don't want any corruption and anybody that is closely aligned with the politics. We don't want any of these people within the Integrity Commission. But as we know, when Mark Golden said these things, Mark Golden stand up in your face, Mark Golden stand up in front of the people, yeah? And he makes these statements knowing fully well that he's doing what is called the lie of omission. Mark Golden standing at the people in face and him say he doesn't want this, knowing all the while what they're planning to do. So, a part of what we said in the early days when we spoke about this issue, we spoke about the fact that Mark Golden and the PNP's plan was to use the Integrity Commission as a winning strategy. And for those of you who don't have the knowledge, I trace the whole thing right back from the early days to look at the fact that Andrew Holness became Prime Minister 2016, Integrity Commission went into effect 2017. And everybody remember at the oversight meetings that Malahoo Fort had made it clear that, listen, this Integrity Commission should not have been put into law in the first place because it's nothing but a witch hunt law that targets labor rights, JLP, or anybody that they want to go after. Because we know how PNP function is this. PNP, when they want to go after PNP or JLP, whether they want to do their thing internally or externally, they always have their people within the different groups, the civic groups that Alun Asamba talk about. They have their people that do this kind of stuff. You understand me? Let's just go into the comments and hear what the people are saying before we move on. Millie G is asking, really, why can't this IC be dissolved? I am glad you asked the question. I didn't even ask that question because I remember when Malahoo Fort raised that point in Parliament. When I saw this, when I saw who was there and I saw Beswick's response and I saw Ronif being there and the fact that Beswick decided to turn down, what Bartlett and Johnson had to say. You understand me? My thing is, I had a number of thoughts where this is concerned. One of those thoughts is this. You see how it is. If Dr. Andrew Holness step out and him say anything, then Mark Golding is going to run in and I'm going to accuse him as trying to, for want of a better term, pervert the way of justice or to prevent any kind of investigation or to prevent the case from going on. So if I should speak on the issue just for where it is right now, does anybody understand that Mark Golding does not expect anything legal to come out? Mark Golding knows that there is nothing to win from a legal standpoint as it relates to the case that Andrew Holness has put before the court. Mark Golding is not looking for a legal win. Mark Golding is looking for an election win. Mark Golding and PNP knows very well, they know very well that the best that they can get out of this is to turn the minds of the simple-minded voters, to turn weak-minded labor rights away and to strengthen the comrades who just want a win no matter what. They know this. So if you are a labor right or an independent or an unsuspecting comrade and you don't know that yet, then clearly you're not really paying attention to the facts and the information that is out there. So that is the background that is telling you what's going on within the Integrity Commission. So no, they could not keep Prince Kamika there because Prince Kamika would not do the dirty work. Just like the one that we just read about a while ago. And we're going to break down that information. So let me just go back in my stuff right here. So no, they can't dissolve them as it is. Leonie Lioness says it's a witch hunt. The IC is compromised, highly compromised. And there is no way, I don't care if it's approved by the Governor General. The point I wanted to make earlier, and it slipped me, is this. When I heard about Dayton Campbell's friend of 20 years being a part of this, and everybody know how them corrupt and stay already, I said, how is it that this person, well, I know that now he's in an acting role, which means to say, confirming the role yet. So it doesn't mean that he has to be confirmed in the role. And I believe that Jamaica should hold Beswick, you understand me, accountable to ensure that all diligence is done. Because as I believe somebody put a video out the other day, I believe they said that it was Vegas that said it. Because when I was on vacation, I wasn't paying attention too much to it. But I believe that Vegas made the point, and he would be correct when him say, all they want is to find something to charge the Prime Minister with, and then they can force him to step down. That is exactly what they are looking to do. You understand me? From a legal standpoint, I can't give you the information how that would really work, because we've seen people who get convicted by the Integrity Commission. A fine is put on them. So what we want the PNP, Mark Golding, and all of them to know is this. Whether through any technicality within the law or not, that Dr. Holness is found to be guilty on any count or any charge or anything whatsoever. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying just in case any technicality should have caused him to be charged with anything whatsoever, they need to know that we still said third term. I want the people then put it in the chat right now. We still say show our labor rights third term, because we've seen all the evidence of what Mark Golding has done. We just look at what go on the other day, even though they came lying about DB&G. We saw the Billy Craig transaction. We saw other transactions. Yeah. And we see them lying about it. We see what's going on in the municipalities, and we see all the corruption for the PNP. So why should, so right now, I am not even concerned about anybody that is found to be in breach of anything as it relates to the Integrity Commission, because clearly the Integrity Commission pick and choose who they target, who they investigate, how investigations are done. Clearly, when labor rights do anything, the labor rights should be punished. But when PNP do anything, and Lord knows how much they've done over the years, then they should go scotch-free. No, we know about the criminal activities within the PNP, and we will not allow PNP to come trick we about anything. So what does that say? So anybody want to come with anything, just let us just understand that the labor rights that exist right now, we not buying any of that foolishness. So anybody want to understand where we stand, no matter where we go, that is the conclusion. We will go through the details, but we want to put the conclusion out there. We shall not be removed. We shall not be moved. And that me going to know. Let me hear what the people are saying before I seek to break down this letter some more. These IC people now need to go before the court and then imprisonment. These corrupt people need to be disciplined. I agree. Vibe through health. I totally agree. Corruption at its highest. How can corrupt people prosecute persons for corruption? Love that comment again. That's why Massa Mark gone in hiding. What proof? She trying a case. You understand me? So evidence you get. How much lower can the IC go? Roydell, great question. She is afraid of the bully them. You understand me? So people are talking out here. They thought they could use the IC to overthrow Andrew and take it by force. Exactly. So let me just read. Electro, big up yourself. See me, big up Charmaine, War Troop, Shower Labor Rights. That's what she said. Marjorie G, big up yourself. Annette Allen. What an explosive email coming from that whistleblower. They can't escape this one. Thank you very much. You see, for the people who don't get to interact with emails and for people who don't necessarily work in a professional environment, you know, everybody understand. For those who work in an environment, everybody understand that emails are admissible in the court of law. Yeah, emails are formal. It's formal communication. It's formal communication, which simply means that the contents of the email can go to court. Now, what I'm happy about is that what you see in the email, that is exactly what we see play out in terms of the leakage, in terms of the information from within the IC, Dayton Campbell, Julian, and Mark Golden coming out, telling people beforehand about information that is coming out, which is the biggest confirmation that they have their people within. Now, Andrew Holness always say he plays chess and not checkers, and I believe him. So, listen, I am not going to run ahead with a lot of things, you know, but listen, I expect that when the campaign officially starts and the date is announced, I expect to hear the JLP sounding off on all this corruption that is happening within the IC. You understand me? Good night, steady and subscribers. Big up yourself, same way, Derek. Erica Barnett in the building. Big up yourself, same way. Beswick is a little fine. Beswick is a little fine-faced witch. Somebody said that, not me. Very, very fishy things going on. Beswick is known better than Panton. Thank you very much, Erica Barnett. I know you would say it. You understand me? The way it ought to go. Prudence, go to big up yourself. A very pleasant night, steady and family. So let me just look at some of these comments, and then we'll just look at the letter, break it down. The damage is already as bad as it can get. Absolutely, Erica Barnett. I agree with that. Jamaica 87, big up yourself. My brother family, remember to subscribe to our brother's channel. They thought Andrew was as weak as Brooke Golden to surrender to their pressure. There will be no retreat, no surrender, because there is nothing to surrender about. Somebody say, like the live. People, please remember to like up the live. You know we're talking good on the Steady Show. And one thing, I'm not going to come out and try to sensationalize something that is so important and critical. Eric Powell, yesterday, please continue to beat and teach. Respect, my brother. You understand me? If you are listening to Steady, there must be something you like. Hit the like button. Thank you very much. You don't know me, I talk good over here. You know, hit the like button, family. You understand me? I said to you, thank you very much, Erica. So let's take our time with this. Let me go back into the letter right now. So, first observation, the letter was addressed to Beswick, yeah? Which simply means to say it's a recent email. And the letterhead is there. We also saw a response, an acknowledgement of the email by Craig, that one within the Integrity Commission. So, what are the allegations that we need to pay attention to? Listen, I didn't even write my points, because sometimes I prefer to do these things on the fly. I would just talk through it. You understand me? So let us go through it, right? So it's a formal complaint, which means to say, this person, Mark Swaby, who sent this email, you understand me? That means to say they are willing to stand by and to testify. If somebody say, I write to lodge a formal complaint, this is not the same as just having a conversation. This is put in email. And we're seeing people being copied on it and so on from within the Integrity Commission. Yeah? I write to lodge a formal complaint. And what they're alleging and what the person is saying is that this is misconduct on Kevon Stephenson's part. But we're not dummy. We know this. A rundown, the Prime Minister go to host to determine all this and that. So this is really not an investigation. You know. This is what you call a witch hunt. And the witch hunt means to say there is a foregone conclusion for the investigation. In a regular investigation, you investigate to find out what happened. But in a Kevon Stevens investigation, backed by the people within the corrupt people within the Integrity Commission who knows the mission and know exactly what they are doing, this is what you call a witch hunt. They have a predetermined. That's why when they went and they gave it, they sent it overseas. Overseas, so we don't find nothing. They gave it to the director of corruption prosecution. They said we don't find nothing. Then we are seeing another name emerge again. Somebody who was also clearly an honest person, just like Prince Kamika. And this person, because we read it already, this person was saying, no, what Kevon Stephen did in his bid or in his work as investigator, you understand me, it would have superseded or exceeded legal parameters or boundaries. In other words, it would not be necessary. Kevon's job was not to find something that cannot be found within legal parameters. And even when they did all the work and investigated the Prime Minister for so long, they couldn't find anything. So you see, I know for a lot of people that say, you see, if I were Andrew Holness, and I'm glad say I am not, because you understand me, the first thing I would have come out and said the moment we realize that them have run if in the place right now, the first thing would have said, see there, then go out there and then go run all of them investigation, them submit it to overseas auditor. It could not work. You understand what I said to you? Them said it go to the DCP. It could not work. To the point now where they don't want to keep the DCP. Them hire them friend to come do the dirty job, because clearly if Dayton them wedding then and 20-year friendship that Dayton speak about openly, then we know that that's a very close friendship. And we know that PNP's work is always about working with their close allies to achieve their predetermined outcomes. So this person, what Kevon did was Kevon say, all right, the person said, no, you are go over your limits as it relates to investigating the prime minister, and submitted the information in writing, and that information was supposed to corroborate or to supplement the information that they sent to the parliament. Yeah? But Kevon Stephenson, him decides no, he does not want to include that information because that information would not have supported their case, and it means that once the information or the report is submitted to the parliament, that report could have been thrown out. They don't want that. That's the reason why they still don't have, they're not certifying the prime minister's information, even though there is not enough evidence there to build a proper case on the prime minister. You understand me? So this is what he's doing. So what this person that is writing to say now is that Kevon is trying, what he did was he acted in a corrupt manner in that him remove evidentiary information from the case, and that information would have been material to the outcome of the case. It had to be material or important to the outcome of the case. Yeah? Simply because that somebody within the commission would have had eyes on the case, who would have observed things. Kevon go and say, no, we don't want that. So it is a fair question for us to ask. Who is Kevon Stephenson working for? Is this man working for Mark Golding directly? Who is his link? Whose interest is he working for? Because if Kevon Stephenson is not working for the PNP, then we need to find out whose interest is Kevon Stephenson working in. What kind of outcome is he trying to achieve? And we have to ask ourselves, why is he allowed to do this? Is this something that he should be allowed to get away with? But guess what? The case is in court, and if anybody remembers Andrew Holness's case, some of the things that he put in his case was the fact that he did step over legal boundaries in an investigation process, which also includes disclosing information about his parents or his family members, or information that should not have been a part of it. So everybody need to understand this. Him goose cook already, you know. Kevon in a problem already, you know. We can look at the evidence of the case and we know him in a problem already. So Mark Golding them ease off, but being a bare-faced man as he is, yeah, we know that Mark Golding is planning to campaign on the big lie of corruption and to talk about information can certify. That is exactly what he's doing. Him arrest it for now, but him plan to come back with it. So look out for it, people, because Mark Golding cannot be trusted. So what is all of this telling us? All of this is telling us that there are too many ulterior motives within the Integrity Commission geared towards tearing down the Prime Minister. And as far as I'm concerned, this integrity, I know somebody said it earlier on, but there is no way that the Integrity Commission in its current form should be allowed to continue, because they are doing a disservice to the Jamaican people. All these PNP groups. Now, today is what, the 23rd. We know that on the 29th, JFJ go and protest. Somebody sent me something today and talk about the fact that JFJ is going to protest. And they may go hit out on police. They don't have no evidence about extrajudicial stuff, you know. But it just show you how these internal PNP groups, it just show you how they operate. But while all of this is going on, everybody must understand that it's a voters' election that we're going to face in 2025. And It is the voters that will ultimately decide what happens. There are many things that we will not be able to stop from a legal standpoint, especially when once them reach in a court. But voters, be wise and understand exactly what this PNP set of people are out here doing. So, in the letter, Swaby talks about the fact that the lady was forced to resign because of the pressure. Also spoke about the fact that Greg Christie is also one of them. And we knew this from the get-go. We spoke about this long ago. Spoke about the fact that Greg Christie is one of them that tried to intimidate anybody within the Integrity Commission who would try to act with any kind of fairness towards the Prime Minister. Which means that the Integrity Commission is directly targeting the Prime Minister. And this email that we're seeing right now, it is clear evidence that, first of all, Kevon Stephenson, that man not need to, Kevon Stephenson should be, at best, at the least, he should be placed on some kind of leave and be investigated. And I am expecting that Beswick acts on this kind of information once it can be verified to be true, and it seems to be. And it confirms everything that we've been looking at. Yep, trying to get the head. That is exactly what they're trying to do. So the PNP, they have no plans. I remember what Pickers Gill said, anything they can do, pretty much. Anything that will make them win the election, that is right for the PNP, and that is what is right for Jamaica. So do not get lost in the sauce, people. You understand me? I said to you, this is the Integrity Commission, or the lack of Integrity Commission, being exposed. And we say, come down, Integrity Commission. You are not serving Jamaica. This is a waste of taxpayers' money. And it seems to me that with the appointment of Beswick look like she's just going to be another waste of taxpayers' money. You see, I don't even like how they select the people to work within the Integrity Commission, and like Panton, retired judge, all these people who should have been in retirement. So they have a very small pool of people to choose from. Everybody knows the PNP, them always within the case. You see, I just wish that they had listened to Malahoo Fort when she tell them to not put it in a law. But that the ship they done sail already. But ladies and gentlemen, you don't want no more information than what we give you a while ago. The man exclude Miss Blake's concerns, which pointed to the fact that there's unjust probe from the report prepared for the Parliament. Unjust probe. He did the rounds at the commission and pressured several senior colleagues, directors, not to include Miss Blake's account. What a thing. Anybody remember the case with Tom Tavares the other day? And I did a video on it when it was, I believe it was Integrity Week or something like that. And Greg Christie reached out to Tavares to say, give us a supplement for what we want to put out there, because it looked like in things say the man a bigot bud. Ask the man to put out supplement out there. You understand me? Endorsing the Integrity Commission, because of course that is a political move, because that's what they would use and say, yeah man, the Integrity Commission, them legitimate and what they are doing. See, it is endorsed by Tom Tavares, leader of the Senate. President of the Senate is endorsed by him, so therefore they are legitimate. But the information that Tom Tavares sent to them, they decided they were not going to use it, because he spoke about the fact that the Integrity Commission has brought themselves into disrepute. And one of the things he spoke about was Greg Christie's comment. When the one was robbed allegedly, because I don't know who even believed that that man was even robbed, carrying all of this money. Can you see that the PNP really function? The PNP is a criminal organization. What else can you conclude with all of these things that's happening? So this is what they are doing within the Integrity Commission. So the man say this. So just like in I hope some lawsuit come out of this. I hope Kamika Prince files some kind of lawsuit because Greg Christie is supposed to be out soon. And I believe that if there is nothing to show why she should not have continued, I think she should be reinstated in her job. Because so far, she and this other lady that resigned her job, Miss Blake, these are the people who seem to have integrity within the Integrity Commission. Miss Blake resigned from the commission. I believe the issue played a key role. Listen, but tell us, you know, when they had nothing else to come after the Prime Minister with. You understand me? I said to you? Both he and Executive Director Greg Christie are in the habit of seeking to malign or intimidate. In other words, say bad things or make people look bad because, of course, we know that in PNP's style is to malign people and to get away with it. Yet nobody deserves to have their laundry hung in public more than the PNP because everywhere you turn, a PNP corruption. So voters, it is up to you to be wise. The woman left a job because the woman realized that them not have no credibility. She realized that they are corrupt. Yet, just like Leonie Lioness say, how corrupt people for investigate corruption. So this body of people, at best, we cannot confirm Ranif Lawrence in that role. He shouldn't be. It's not a matter of competence. I believe it's a matter, and we can use Mark Golding's own words. Nobody that is close to the Integrity Commission should be close to it. I am saying this was another occasion where he said, don't make them pressure you to do the wrong thing. Do the right thing for the people of Jamaica. Mark Golding, I said this, defend the Integrity Commission and make sure the people who are commissioners are independent. Commissioners are independent, reputable people, not political partisans who are going to use their influence there or could do and give the perception that the thing is biased. So with Ranif being there, how does that not give the perception? Come on, GG, man. Come on, whoever is doing. We need to see, we need to have a more robust process as to how we recruit people to be a part of these key organizations. As far as Jamaica is concerned right now, the Integrity Commission can go because they're not serving the country. They might create more problems. Look at voters who are susceptible, who do not know about what's going on. Look at what they're doing. Playing on impressionable minds like them want to start, like them want to bring back 1980 in a Jamaica. You understand what I said to you? So let's just look at what the people are saying. So true, steady, but they will not succeed. They cannot. Angie Favorable, big up yourself same way. Renee saying third term loading. Then the Lawrence Beswick name. So you understand me? So third term loading. Anthony C. Mister, I know that it is written in law, but can the government dissolve the IC or remove the current members? I'm not sure that the government can do it. That's what I say, Mr. C. Mister, because even though the Parliament commissioned them, they still have to go through legal process. Malahoo Fort did raise this with Pantan, and I believe Pantan did say it cannot happen until the next 30 years. So, listen, it cannot happen until the next 20 or 30 years. You understand me? That's what he said. So it cannot just dissolve because I believe this is something that's going to have to be done by vote and so on. So, I'm just terribly regretful. You understand? But further to your point, Mr. C. Mister, I'm saying, Pantan just gone. How them confirm Beswick so quick? Beswick getting out of the role Runif is there, and Beswick start push back on the people. As I'm telling you, the first thing I said when I saw that, I say, sometimes educated people are the worst kind of people to deal with anything. Sometimes when you're too educated and you're too experienced, sometimes you know too much and you don't make sound judgment. This is a matter of judgment, common sense. You understand me? But it's already in law. So it is just sad. You understand me? Let's see what's going on here in the comments same way. Yeah, man. So third term is a must, and the people say show our labor rights. See there? The people have said third term, show our labor rights. Big up same way, Donna and everybody. Let me just look through here to see what the comments is saying. Cornell, big up yourself. Heart of love, same way, family. Please make sure if you have not hit the like button yet, hit the like button. You understand me? If you have not subscribed to the Steady Show yet, subscribe to the Steady Show. Cindy Lynch, big up yourself, same way. Angela Smith. And what's in darkness must come to light. That is what we just saw. You understand me? Somebody say, you are correct. Bless you, bless. Big up yourself, same way. So, all of these things, I expect court case. Listen, I expect anything legal that can be done, anything that is within the law to put a stop and put a pause and to revamp the Integrity Commission. It needs to be done because Integrity Commission, them act like they are the government of the country, and that is exactly what they did. Set up the thing in such a way to mislead and to create political advantage for the PNP. And mark my word, Mark Golden is coming right back on the campaign trail with the foolishness about illicit enrichment, even though it could not be proven. He's going to come about and talk about statutory declarations. He's going to come and talk about 28 bank accounts. That's what they're planning to do because they have nothing else. Labor rights, good night. We will not leave or forsake. Andrew, thank you very much. I like that. We will stand strong. Where are the honest-minded lawyers of Jamaica? They're gone to sleep. You really have to ask the question. Very good point, Glenroy Grant. You understand me? Everybody, please like up the live. Thank you, Jamaica 87. IC should remain. Change the people in the IC. Get some foreigners to do it. My goodness. Can you imagine if them all allow the Caribbean Court of Justice to come into play? Can you imagine the amount of foolishness that's going to go on? We will not relent from the corrupt IC. Exactly. She needs to look at the reputation of the IC and do the right thing. Exactly. Exactly. If the actor reopened Andrew's file and charge him, it is my opinion that the blame should be squarely placed at the new chair's feet. I love that very much. No, they have to hold him accountable. And I'm telling you, they are going to do everything, but it is up to Jamaica and the government to make sure they don't make PNP come take them for idiot and tear down the government that we have. Good night, Cindy, Marjorie. You understand me? No, man, give us some more likes. We're talking, but the people now drop the like. You look at the people them want entertainment. You understand me? I said to you. I've made a commitment that we're going to come and we're going to talk through the facts and we're going to educate people. We can't always be about the vibes and so on because there are very serious issues happening out there and regular people need to know about it. So I am looking forward to see what's going to come out of this email. Prince Kamika needs to speak out, come what may. Oh my goodness. I hope we see something because listen, we have at least two, and I hope that if it becomes a legal matter and people go there and testify, that they will go and testify. Listen, I am not going to underestimate the labor rights and their ability to handle this situation in such a way to make sure, say, we do not go into a third term having these issues anymore. Because as I said before, Mark Golden and the whole of them know that they have no legal win. They knew this before. Remember, I said Mark Golden lied from the get-go. And I like Mark Golden. Remember, I said Mark Golden lied when they say there are 6 reports. What Mark Golden came, Mark Golden come out and say, we have 6 parliamentarians. Where are the other parliamentarians, Mark Golden? Where are they? Can't show with them. You understand me? I said to you? Because all it was meant to do, let me tell you something. Jamaica people, here's what is sad about us sometimes. Sometimes we're very weak to the propaganda. Yeah? We're very weak to the rumors. Very weak to the buzz. We love the vibes. We love the drama. We love the stories. We love the Anansi story them in Jamaica, you know. And so we stay, you know. And so anyway, the Anansi story there, we will run after it. And Mark Golding and PMP, you know that? That's why they go all over Jamaica and they tell Anansi stories. Because unfortunately, the PNP have always been able to win elections with Anansi stories. So the IC and the lies with the IC and the lies about the parliamentarians has been nothing but Anansi story. But Jamaica people no love read. A lot of Jamaicans, especially the old comrade them, they no love read. They just love to run with things. Listen, yesterday, when Miss B came on the channel and she spoke about Eastport land, if anybody saw, I make sure I delete them. If you see how much people came, then disrespect me, then disrespect Miss B. All they do is they insult and disrespect. And I talk about the sign language. Shame, insult, guilt, and need to feel right. That's all them do. No arguments. Because all they want is a win for share up the country money. And so it is the good, decent Jamaicans among the hungry belly and the criminal minded want them. And good, decent Jamaicans need to make sure that we vote in record numbers this time around. Ms. Gowdy says, I hope and pray that everything will come to light within the IC. It's coming already. We just read it. That's within. If this email is legitimate, and Mr. Ruffington tells us that George Davis confirmed it, which means to say nationwide reputation did it, then this is enough damning evidence to even to throw the case out. This is evidence to throw the case out, because remember, there are witnesses, more than one witnesses to the case. So you have to understand that, yes, the Gleaner is not going to bring this story. And you're not going to see it on CVM, or you're not going to see it on TVJ, because they know that this piece of information is very, very powerful. And so one of the things I just wanted to confirm is that it's true, because we're going to have to continue to speak about these things. You understand me? Read the email again, please. Just coming in. All right, my brother. My brother, I can play it, or you can listen to it. So 1 second, because thank you for making the request, because we need to refresh our brains on that one, all right? So let us go for the email again. Yeah? So here it is.
Dear Mrs. Lawrence Beswick, Mr. Beresford, and Mr. Edwards, I write you in your capacity as leading principals of the Integrity Commission and the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency, respectively, to request an investigation into a serious matter. I write to lodge a formal complaint concerning misconduct and acts of corruption perpetrated by Kevon Stephenson, attorney at law and director of investigation at the Integrity Commission. Stephenson's corrupt acts concerns the investigation he pursued in respect of Andrew M. Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica. The record of the Integrity Commission will indicate that an ex-investigator at the Commission, Stephanie Fiddler Blake, who at the time was employed to the Commission, was moved to place in writing, following inquiries from the Corruption Prosecution Department of the IC, her concerns that steps being taken by the Commission in probing the Prime Minister's finances breached due process and possibly adversely engaged the law and investigative best practice. Mr. Stephenson not only elected to exclude Ms. Blake's concerns, which pointed to an unjust probe from the report he prepared for the Parliament, He did the rounds at the commission and pressured several senior colleague directors not to include Ms. Blake's account in any of their formal considerations concerning the case. Stephenson also insisted that Ms. Blake retract the statement. Ms. Blake resigned from the commission. I believe the issue played a key role in her walking away. You might be aware that it is a breach for a public officer and an attorney at law who is considered before the court as a minister of justice to exclude evidentiary material from a probe and hide from Parliament or a judicial fora details which could be material to its outcome. I am confident that a serious investigation will reveal that Mr. Stephenson misconducted himself in public office and has possibly breached the Corruption Prevention Act in furtherance of what appears to be his obsession to implicate the Prime Minister in wrongdoing, even when the evidence does not support his mission. Both he and Executive Director Greg Christie are in the habit of seeking to malign and intimidate any staffer of the Commission who acts professionally in respect of the Prime Minister. This had led to an atmosphere at the Commission which is incredibly toxic and is given to serious miscarriages of justice. Regards, Mark Swaby.
Yep, there you have it. So, Kevon is acting in a corrupt manner in that somebody that was working there, basically said, no, you exceed the limits as it relates to carrying out whatever investigation. So, and submitted written information. Kevon asked that information and pressure whoever was responsible or the people involved to say, listen, do not exclude what she has to say. So her information never reached Parliament. DCP information did reach Parliament and said there is nothing to prosecute. But Kevon Stephenson continued the work. Yeah? But from what Andrew Holness had submitted in his case, in remembering the case, a lot of these things that this person is pointing out, it connects with what Andrew, some of the things that Andrew said in his case, which tells us that Andrew has he now has evidence. This also tells us that the Integrity Commission, or lack thereof, they are not acting in one accord, and there are clearly honest people within the Integrity Commission. So because Mr. Sway for this, you understand me? And you see, people who don't know what it is to act with integrity, they will never understand what it means to watch for somebody that has integrity, to watch them just act in the most wicked, brutal, and selfish manner for their own personal gain. Right? Meanwhile, they are being paid and they're supposed to be servants of the people in Jamaica, people who are near about taxpayer money and I use up taxpayer money to carry out all this work. You understand me? But thank God, man, you always have somebody that say enough is enough. And Prince Kamika clearly was one of that. And they couldn't give a reason. Again, when it comes out to a matter of integrity, I'm telling you, I've seen these people, I've seen these kind of people at play before in our life. I tell you, the only thing can beat them integrity. So one thing we can be clear, one thing we can be sure of. Listen, if they had anything on Andrew Holness, trust me, they'll come out a long time. They would have held back nothing. You understand me? Somebody said the government can make changes to the Integrity Commission. Well, let's see what changes can be made. Somebody earlier on, as I was scanning through the comments, said that, you understand me, I think it's Mr. Raffington said, we're happy that we call out the Integrity Commission and this new chairman, we call her out very, very early so that they can understand that we have expectations of how they ought to operate. Yeah, man. So we're not going to sit down and take the foolishness while you go around and you use the law. You use the law in the PNP favor, but you use it against the JLP. Jamaica will not have that. Somebody said, let us have this thing about bank account settled here and now. Is it bank account or just account? I had a bank account with Nova Scotia Bank, which had car loan, foreign exchange savings account, and it was only one bank account. But we know this. Remember, I said enough bank give different accounts to them. And no, I don't like to talk my business, but I'm telling you, some banks, how many people out there have 3 different accounts with one bank, 3 and 3, 6. You know, hard. These people, you have stock account, you have this account, that account. You go to bank every minute, them want you. Bank, you go every minute, them want you for open some kind of account. Foolishness. Mary Dolly, big up yourself same way. This is, somebody said this is a very damning report on the IC. Grace Ben, big up yourself. You understand me? Let's see what we got right here. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. You understand me? Thank you very much, though. You understand me? So I'm going to end this live pretty soon because I hear that I am breaking up. I am not sure why. You understand me? But listen to me, man. Okay, somebody else is saying it, so I don't know what is happening. And we've probably spent enough time doing this, so I'm not going to keep anybody longer. But everybody, y'all get the gist already. You understand me? Very, very damning email coming out of the Integrity Commission. I wanted to bring it here. Somebody said, okay, now. Thank you very much, Simone. Big up yourself, same way. Maybe that's just the internet being the internet. Somebody say, can hear clear now. Thank you very much to Urban Thomas. Sydney, big up. Sydney, I hope you can hear me now. It sounds better now. Thank you. I think maybe it's this microphone I'm moving away. I'm sure you can hear me better now that I'm speaking directly into the microphone. You understand me? But listen, man. These are not things that we should take lightly, people. And I am looking forward because these are the things that we don't, listen, these are the things that we need to run with. These are the things that we need to echo. These are the stories that we need to talk about. This is the information that we need to circulate because this is not a small thing. You understand me? Thank you very much, Zuri, who's saying great show. Make sure you hit the like button before you go. You understand me? And we don't need to exhaust it because we've explained it already. But listen to me, man. Integrity Commission, they need to come down. And this cannot continue in a Jamaica family. You understand me? I said to you. And so, me just say, Margolin, Integrity Commission, you depend upon for win. You're not going to win an election through the Integrity Commission because we now see the corruption and the fraudulent activities happening there. And the voters will never give it a chance to see Jamaica house. You understand me? So steady family, listen to me. It's been a pleasure talking to everybody again. You understand me? Thank you, everybody. Before you go, make sure you hit the like button. Thank you always for supporting the show. Remember, you can keep the number for the show. You understand me? If you want to talk live on any show, you can call us 876-251-3028. You can do that. Or if you wish to have a recorded show in that we talk and edit the show or whatever, you can do that as well. So one of the moderators, please put the number in the chat again. The number is also in my post tab. You can go ahead and find it, 876-251-3028. If you don't want to talk to me, man, you can send a message. If you want to send a voice note, if you want to forward anything that you want me to talk on, I can do that same way. You understand me? Thank you, Glenroy Grand saying great show. I hope somebody got something. I hope somebody got some clarity from this email here and this show that we did tonight. And thanks again to my subscriber that sent me this information. Steady family, I want to say good night and bless up on yourself. Heart of love same way. Look like me now no music for going tonight, but next time we'll talk. Bless up on yourself. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Blessed love family. Steady.